good afternoon. I heard that today is Typhoon 3. In fact, I just been told. So do you think that tomorrow I'll be able to fly back home? Well, thank you very much for coming in this Typhoon 3 weather for SOHO China's interim results. 6 months ago when I was here doing our last annual results, I had reported to you that the rental market in Beijing and Shanghai was very strong. But for some strange reasons that it's not reflected in the sales market. The market in sales was very slow. So a very decoupled market of the sales and leasing. And of course we know that sales for SOHO was largely dependent on credit availability. If there's plenty of capital in the market, sales goes up. If there's not enough capital in the market, then sales doesn't go. Now today, 6 months later, the market is still more or less the same. That despite of rent has gone up so much in Beijing and Shanghai, it continues to go up. And we've been surprised to see how strong the rental market has been performing in Beijing and Shanghai. This has really prompted us to reflect and to reassess the market condition and to reassess our business model. And I would like to tell you what is the outcome of our decision. I think this new environment of a much higher, a stronger leasing market with a high office rent and has really called for a transition for SOHO. And you know that we historically has always been very disciplined of selling everything, right? So now I think it's time for us to change from these merchant developer to become an investment builder. So what it really means with the transition, it means that SOHO is changing from build and sell to build and hold. And we will hold up to 1.5 million square meter prime location office buildings in Beijing and Shanghai. So far, Shanghai has a much larger portfolio of 1.12 million square meter, and Beijing has 380,000 square meter. We have every intention to boost up Beijing's portfolio in the future. And what it also means is that rental revenue will become a major profit contributor in 3 years. And our annual rental income will exceed 4 billion RMB in 5 years. And you probably would ask, you know, what happens to that fabulous sales that SOHO has always enjoyed? You know, with this change, sales will be supplementary. We will not be focusing so much on sales. The two projects that are currently in the market, one is Shanghai Zhongshan Plaza. We will continue and complete that. And in Wangjing SOHO, which has 3 towers, the 2 lower towers, again, that are already on the market, will complete the sales. We will keep the tallest building there for our long-term portfolio. And also there's some smaller projects like Jing'an Plaza or Tianshan Lu, which we just took over a while ago, all have small component of residential. Those we will continue to sell. We have no intention of holding any residential. To the extent that the project comes with a residential component, we will sell them. And we are only keeping the office and retail. You probably also are wondering, you know, why are we making this decision today? Why is it now? Why is it not 5 years ago? I think that this is really a historic opportunity. You know, we have been part of this urbanization process for China for the last 15 years. And finally, we've seen Beijing and Shanghai's urbanization has matured, and that the rental market for office building is so strong. I mean, you know that we constantly assessing the market. You know, we go down to second-tier cities, third-tier cities. Those cities, as of now, still do not present a robust office demand. But in Beijing and Shanghai, we're seeing the numbers are just too good to miss. And we think this is a time for SOHO to come in, to become, to change from asset light to become asset heavy. These numbers you have seen last time I showed you, which is Beijing's rent went up more than 70% and Shanghai's rent went up 20%. And this by no means that will continue year after year. And it's an indication to show how strong the market is. And this is important for us to make the decision. Vacancy is at historical low. I've been in this business 17 years. I've never seen vacancy this low. In Beijing and Shanghai, you simply just cannot find offices. And I hear so many people come to me and say that, oh, what do we do that, our landlord has just raised the rent, double the rent, is pushing us out. And that's basically what we're seeing in Beijing and Shanghai. And when you look around, the fundamental reason for that is a very, very limited supply and a very mature demand. And for SOHO, you know that our buildings are what we love the most. They're trophy buildings. They're always located above the subway lines or at the major transportation hubs. And they have these iconic landmark looks. And this is a Beijing map. You can see that where our buildings are located. And this is a Shanghai map. Again, these are all very well, all prime location. Now, this photo was taken about a week ago. So right now, if you pass the second East Ring Road in Beijing, you will see this Galaxy SOHO. Look at how cool is that? And we'll be so proud to own it for long term. Unfortunately, a large part of it already sold. We will have about 40,000 square meters in our portfolio. And that's Sky SOHO right at the transportation hub in Hongqiao. And that looks very futuristic.